Welcome back to yet another episode of the Talk of the Sports podcast. And it's been a Champions League week, or at least, for the first half of the, what are we at? About to be in quarterfinals? All right. Shags, Zach, how you doing? How you doing?
Good, good.
Excuse me.
Pretty good. Long
Almost
day,
good.
but I've been looking forward to this all day. So,
Really?
yes.
Pray tell, why is that? Was Chelsea involved in any of the matches that took place today? I'm
No,
I'm
it's
just going to
just
check.
I got I got slander to sling. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll see. And on that note, let's get it started. As I said, it was Champions League week, and we know the first four teams who have made it to the quarterfinal. That is my Manchester City, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and PSG. So my first question to you guys, honestly, there really isn't any surprises there in the first four teams on paper. However, when you look at how each and every individual team got there, there may be some surprises there, which brings us to our first question. Any surprises? What surprised you as you guys watched the route each of these four teams got to get to the quarterfinals?
For me, there ain't there. The only surprise here is maybe Real Madrid. Um, but also I don't think they knew they didn't need to do too much to beat RB Leipzig. So I would think that aggregate score would be a little higher. Everybody else got 3-1, say 4-1, and Real Madrid getting by with a draw. I wasn't able to watch the game, so I don't know exactly what happened or how close it was. In fact, I could just take a quick look now, but
I,
no big
don't even worry
surprises.
about it.
All the favorites went through.
I got you on my take. Zach, what says you?
No many surprises. I think the next round of games is going to bring more surprises because there's I think that the teams in that next week are a lot closer um, in talent level and just where they are as a team. Um, but yeah, I mean, pretty much what I expected to happen happened. Nothing really out of the ordinary, at least for this week of games.
Okay, fair enough. Now, for me, and I kind of foreshadowed it a bit with your take during your take, Shags. For me, I'm kind of similar with y'all that there really weren't many surprises, I should say, looking at how the first four teams got to the quarterfinal round. However, if I had to pick one team that really had me raising eyebrows, it was definitely Real Madrid. Now, on a side note, Bayern definitely raising an eyebrow as well. If you ask me, I don't think they're gonna make it up past the quarterfinals. I think whoever they teams they don't want to see, they definitely don't want to see Arsenal. They definitely don't want to see Man City. They see either of those two teams, it's wraps. And honestly, with the way Mbappe's on the heater, I don't think they want to see PSG either. So
I don't think anyone wants to see PSG. So.
nah, let them walk into the Etihad. We'll see. You'll see what we do to them. You'll
Okay.
see you'll see what we do to them. But anyways,
You
back to the matches that took place this week, right? Real Madrid specifically, the match that took place today. Shags, you say you didn't watch the game. Me, I watched every single minute of that game. And when I tell you Leipzig, honestly, specifically Openda, if that man had his shooting boots on today, it would have been 3-1 in the first half. 3-1 in the first half is done deal.
if was
When
a I would be
you're
amazed.
right. You're right. But it is very surprising looking at, how Real Madrid played through that game. I've never seen them look so vulnerable. And with that being said, I understand that my own Manchester City side has looked very vulnerable, especially on the counterattack. However, I've known that to be our weakness going through the season, and as you can see, right now we're looking at things, we're trying to bag its offense. We know we're gonna leak a goal there. We're just gonna try to score double what you score and walk out with the 3 points. That's all that matters at the end. Now, Real Madrid, they drew today. They already, did the work in the first leg with the one goal, so that's how they made it through. However, you know, that isn't to say Leipzig didn't have the chances. So if I'm Real Madrid and a Real Madrid fan, I think I would be a little bit concerned after what I saw today, especially considering you see the other three teams that were there, and it looks like even though Bayern has had their struggles with the way they handled uh who
Lazio.
they play Lazio, right? The way they handled Lazio in the second leg, it seems like they're starting to wake up a bit. It still wasn't pretty by any shape of the imagination, but it got the job done, and the attack was a bit more fluid than it has looked in recent weeks. So
When it comes to Real Madrid, I wouldn't be worried. I wouldn't say they're looking like they're gonna win the Champions League, but I wouldn't be too worried because even if again if Leipzig had scored, that just takes in the extra time, and I don't even think they could have because all it takes is one good move, and Madrid when they're on go mode, they're on go mode. All it takes is one chance to fall to Bellingham, and they're knocked out again. So it's like Real Madrid. Yeah, it was shaky. I looked at the stats real quick. It was 20 shots to Real Madrid's 13. So yeah,
fam,
Leipzig definitely. They showed up. They equalized, and they had control like in for a good part after they equalized. But I don't think Real Madrid were actually worried at any point through all that because champions pedigree. They knew even if they equalize, all they have to do is score one and knock them out. Even if it goes to extra time, they're Real Madrid. So yeah, next round, depending on who they're drawn against, yes, I don't think they want to see Man City right now. Although I would like to see
or
it.
Arsenal.
I don't know why you always think
Arsenal. You keep mentioning
once
Arsenal. Let, let,
or
let's let's
Bro,
Arsenal.
see let's
Like
see if Arsenal get past Porto first.
they're undefeated. Like I don't understand what. Ooh, they're scared of Arsenal. Oh my God, Man City. Man
No,
City's
nobody,
lost. Man City
nobody,
team
nobody
in
is
10th
scared
place.
of Arsenal.
Like who's scared of Arsenal? I don't understand what. Who would Real Madrid be afraid of? Nobody. They're Real Madrid. I don't know what they. They was part of their game plan. Ancelotti is an old head. He came in and said, "You know what? We don't have to play no high pressure football today. Let's just play old school football. Let's let them dominate if they want to. Let's counterattack. Let's take our chances and let's play solid defense. But if they're going into a game where they have to win, oh, I assure you they'll come out differently. Come on now.
all right, time
They're
will tell. Time will tell.
not afraid of nobody.
Time, time will tell. Time will tell. We'll see how the draw plays out after next week's round of matches, and then we'll go from there. On
One
that
thing,
note,
one,
next
one
week's
thing I
round of matches.
one thing I
Now
don't
you were saying,
understand is like the draw. Why are we still having a draw? Like, is it a money thing? I feel like the brackets should be already determined, like straight up after
I
the
mean,
To the quarterfinal. Like for the when going into
like
the
the
quarterfinal,
yeah, but
it
like
was
after the round of 16, like the brackets should be drawn by now. I don't know why we need to have another draw before the
I think
quarterfinal.
well, kind of how the brackets are, right? Like where the winners of the group and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
after this round of 16, it pretty much equalizes all of that. Like, oh, so you won the group, but then maybe they didn't win their group and they beat you.
Mm.
Then what? You know what I'm saying? So now they're like, all right, so we've kind of basically put every team on the same basic level. So now let's just pick from randomly. You know, that's just what that's just the thought process I think they're coming from.
Yeah,
You know,
I haven't really looked at next year's format. I mean, I watched one video about it, but it didn't really go explain like the knockout rounds for that.
we
So
we got that coming up. Don't worry, don't worry. But before that. let's take a look at next week's round of matches. We got Arsenal, Porto,
So
Barcelona, Napoli, Atletico Madrid, Inter Milan, Borussia, BVB, Dortmund, and PSV Eindhoven.
much
That first
closer.
leg was awful. All
Yep.
right, so my question now, looking at the next week's round of matches, right? My question to you is, who are you the most worried about going into their second leg?
Arsenal.
Really?
Yes, absolutely Arsenal.
You really
It's,
think Arsenal's gonna flop?
who would you be most worried about? I mean, look at who
Honestly, Barcelona. I
Barcelona
think
top.
Barcelona might get knocked out.
You yeah, but they tied, so they have no reason for you to be worried about them because they tied. Arsenal lost.
They're
How that first
tied.
game
They're
went, bro.
tied, and they're also at home too. You know, like I think
Yeah,
the
so
I don't even. It's not even about who I'm worried about. Because I'm not worried about Arsenal. I think Arsenal should be worried because
okay,
There
okay.
we go.
I see
thi-
Yes,
what I'm
there we
saying.
go.
this
Yes.
is
Like,
this is
who am I most worried about? Yeah, yeah. I'm not
it's
worried
a
about.
it's another point of their season where it's make or break, and we know what's happened to them during make or break. Like you saw what happened to them during December, and now we're entering March. You know, Champions League. This is when the big teams step up to claim their Champions League winning credentials, and all they got right now is the league and the Champions League, and they really that club needs to win one of those two, especially the Champions League, like especially, and even the league after last year. So it's like if I was Arsenal, I'd be very worried about this Porto, the Portuguese coming up to London and bringing their fans, and these guys are fragile. So I'd be worried. But
Yeah, and
other teams,
even
go
just to
ahead.
add to like what your point, even with that, like the other team that lost in this next round of matches is Atletico Madrid, right?
Hmm.
Lost to Inter away at Inter. So I think they're only Arsenal and Atletico Madrid lost in these second rounds coming up.
Yep.
So who would you? I mean, Atletico Madrid, you can't really be worried. Inter Milan, they're one of the best teams on the planet. They have the best offense on the planet. They have the two best attacking players on the planet. So Atletico Madrid, like you're just kind of hanging in there, like, can we just tie it up? You know what I'm saying? But
I
no, they
think
actually did a good job bringing it to 1-0 in
that
Milan.
Inter,
You know, bringing
yeah,
it
San
home,
Siro.
see what you know what I'm saying. So I don't even think they should even be worried like that
I,
because
I don't
they're
think
playing with
I don't
house.
think Atletico should be worried either because their game plan
Yeah,
remains the same: score one
yep.
and concede none.
Defend, lock
That's
it
it.
down. They
They
should
always play the
worry
same way.
Arsenal because Arsenal plays an expansive game. They're gonna want to come out and dominate Porto.
Yeah,
Okay, then let the dice roll.
yeah. Well, and even
Mhm.
with Atletico do not have the pressure that's on Arsenal right now to win the Champions League. For them, I mean, they
Yeah,
just got knocked out of. I think it was either the Copa del Rey, one of them cups, but
it's one
Copa del Rey.
Copa del
yeah.
Rey. Yeah,
Copa del
And
Rey.
I read what the manager said, and he's like, "There's no need to panic, and just keep going." For them, it's where are they in the table? They're not winning La Liga.
but they're in top four, right?
Yeah, they're fourth right now.
Yeah.
They
There
they
you
should
go.
finish fourth.
That's
Uh,
what that's
they
what
could
the
finish.
destiny
They could
is.
finish second. They could finish second. They could finish above Barcelona.
Good season. Good
Yeah,
season.
and yeah, it looks like all they got left is securing top four in this Champions League game, and it's like for them, I don't think they will be too upset if
I
they
would
can't
say
make it
though,
happen. Toward
I would say if they came up against like if their opponent was like Lazio or something like that, then I'd be like, all right, come on. But it's Milan. They're literally one of the best teams on the planet. So You
Yeah,
get what you
Inter are winning their league this year.
And
Like they have a lot, and they reached the
yeah,
final last year.
they're 15 points clear. They're 15
get.
Yeah,
points clear at the top, so I think they have the opportunity to just put 100% focus on the Champions League. So I definitely do think they're a dark horse candidate.
yeah. Just like last year,
All
they they
right.
they have they have they have something to prove. They want to redeem themselves, and this
Boy,
time they
do
don't
they.
have they don't have Lukaku to like break it for
Don't do
Man
that.
City.
Lukaku's been playing well at
He
Roma. Come
hasn't
on now.
played well. He hasn't played
Come
well.
on now.
I
Come
I'm
on
still
not
now.
gonna
wouldn't
lie.
trust
He's
him.
been. I
I,
like
I
his view of celebration. They yeah. I like it. I like his new swag now. He looks like he's found his form. I like it.
he'll be in search of a new club in the summer regardless. Look, Roma are fifth
Place.
in the table, man. They will be in
Yeah,
search of a new club. Yeah.
pretty much. That's what happens when you sell off your talent. What happened to whatever happened to Tammy Abrahams?
No, he's injured. That's
I,
why.
I don't
He's
think
just
he's back from injury yet. Towards
yeah. No, he's
Oh,
ACL
not.
beginning of last
there's an injury.
season.
It's
I
tough. It's
mean,
tough. All
Roma
right.
do still have a Europa League, so maybe they can do something in that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, they are.
yeah.
Yeah, they are.
They're playing Brighton.
Ah, well, Brighton's been on free falling like a rock in water, like a stone in water.
Thanks for telling me. I'll keep in a close eye on that.
Okay. As we switch gears slightly, still Champions League, but this time we're looking forward to Champions League next season. We had some big news come out this week, guys. A new Champions League format, to be specific. Now, I'm sure we watched the videos, but for our listeners and viewers, if you didn't get the chance to watch the video, I'm going to try my best to explain it. So here we go. So instead of the group stage, instead there will be a full 36 club league. They'll participate. All clubs will participate in a league format. Under the new format, teams will play 8 matches in the new league phase. They will no longer play 3 opponents twice, home and away, but will instead face fixtures against 8 different teams, playing half of those matches home and half of them away. To determine the 8 different opponents, the teams will initially be ranked in 4 seeding pots. Each team will then be drawn to play 2 opponents from each of these pots, playing 1 match against a team from each pot at home and 1 away. So that's basically the quick overview. Now, how teams are going to reach the knockout phase is going to be this way. The results of each match will decide the overall ranking in the new league, with 3 points for a win, 1 for a draw still applying. The top 8 sides of the league will automatically qualify for the round of 16, while the teams finishing in places 9th to 24th place will complete in a 2-legged knockout phase playoff to secure their path to the last of 16, the knockout stage. Teams that finish in 25th place or lower are completely eliminated with no access to UEFA Europa League. Now, similar changes will be made to both the Europa League and the Europa Conference League. So basically, a quick rundown of that is not only did they do away with the group stage, they're also doing away with the fact that um, if you don't, sometimes in the group stage, if you don't qualify for knockout stage, you can qualify to just drop down to the Europa League. That is no longer an option. Now, in the knockout phase, for the teams which finished in 9th to 16th place, they'll be seeded in a knockout phase playoff draw, meaning they will face a team placed 17th to 24th, with, in principle, the return leg at home. The 8 clubs that win their matches will now progress and be the other 8 teams for the round of 16 that meet up with the teams that automatically qualified, the top 8 finishers in the league play, after the league play, rather. So that's pretty much it. That is the new league. What I just explained, as I said again, is going to be replicated in both the Europa League and the Europa Conference League. So, with that, thoughts, reactions. What do you think about it, guys?
So basically, it's one league, but it's
Yep.
three groups of 8. and each
Yes.
group of 8 will play 4 games home and away against each other. Top 8, but
No. It's four. So it's four pots.
4
What you just
pots.
explained, the league is how the teams are going to be placed, playing each other in those four pots.
Okay.
So this is how
So 4
this is
pots.
how the
I think I got 4
E-
pots. The top 8 and it's 4 pots. Each team in each pot
Mhm.
plays against each other. But the league format
Yes.
is regardless of what pot you're in. The
Yes.
top 8 automatically qualify. Then the
Yep.
second and third pot play each other in a playoff with
9 to
the
24 play in the playoff.
the 9th to 16th. The second pot they'll play at home in the return leg is
Yes.
what it is. Okay, and then
Yes.
the
I
four
think
pot just go home.
yeah, 25th and lower go home.
A question I would have is how they determine the pots. Is it just based on your coefficient? Like how did they
No,
determine who
so
goes into each pot?
yes, actually you're right. So um so pot 1, this place also I'm reading all this directly from UEFA.com in case anybody was wondering. Slot pot 1, this place will go to the club ranked third in the championship of the association and fifth position in the access list, which is determined by the UEFA Association Club Coefficient ranking.
Okay, makes sense.
Pot 2, this place will be awarded to a domestic champion by extending from 4 to 5 the number of clubs qualifying via the champions path of the competition's qualifying process, which will consist of 4 qualifying rounds. Pots 3 and 4, these places will go to the associations with the best collective performance by their clubs in the previous season.
I'm sorry. This is like
Why
this.
did
This
they
is
have to overcomplicate this? Like
Bro,
there was
this
nothing
is
wrong with it.
focus, but this is class right now. My brain is like,
I'm just
I'm
like,
not
what?
gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. The most confusing part is
Lord,
how exactly they're splitting up the teams, the 36 clubs, into the 4 different pots. After that, everything seems pretty simple. The
you know
league
what
play
this is?
makes
yeah,
sense.
but it's like, why would you want to be in pot 1?
No, I know exactly why they're doing all this craziness.
Well,
I
no,
know.
More
because pot 1
games,
is
more
supposed to
money.
be pot 1 is supposedly
They
supposed to
really
have
just more games. They want
yeah.
every team to
More
have 2 more.
teams, more
That's
games, more money.
That's it. More money. That's literally the only reason. Because you cannot tell me this is better than what we have right now.
I think they're doing it in response to the Super League. They're like, you know what? We'll make our own Super
Basically,
League.
now basically this is basically what the Super League setup was, except, the top 8 teams don't get automatic entry. That's
Yeah,
the only difference from this and the Super League.
yeah.
They're
It's
literally just doing this just so each team can get 2
yeah,
more
basically.
and more teams.
But
That's
it's
it.
like if you're the top 3, it's like okay, the champions like of top 5 leagues will be in pot 1. So it's like if you finish third in the league or fourth, you're more likely to go into pot 2 or 3, which is like more advantageous for you next season in the Champions League, at least at the group stages. But it's like you do have to play that extra game, but you're playing against less quality opposition. It's
I
it's.
mean,
I
what they
mean,
say on the website is it's supposed to give the top clubs more games against top clubs.
That's happening. Because you're
I
bringing
mean, yeah,
team.
because you're playing
well, yeah, it's
you're
like you can
playing two
see you
you're
could
playing two opponents from each pot, so it's gonna be 4 seeding pots.
wait 2
You're
opponents
gonna
from
play
each pot
yeah.
in the group in the first 8 games. I thought it was just in your own pot. You play against teams in your own
No,
pot.
no, you
You
play no,
play,
you play 2 from
Okay,
each pot.
okay,
You
yeah.
play 2 from pot 1, 2 from pot 2, 2 from pot 3, 2 from pot 4.
okay.
But by
Each
default,
team, and it
make
says here,
But
it says here each team will then be drawn to play 2 opponents from each of the 4 pots, playing 1 match against a team from each pot at home and away. So yeah.
well, if it was their goal to get better matchups in
So
the group stages, then yes. But that we know that wasn't their goal. That's not the point of all of this. But
I mean, essentially,
yeah,
out of the 8 matches, basically you're playing 8 matches, and out of the 8 matches, you're getting 2 of those against, well, 4 of those, basically. Oh yeah, 2 of those against um a Man City or Real Madrid if
hmm
you're an Arsenal, for
You
example.
sure? Because if you bring in more teams don't mean that those other teams are on those levels. It just means that they're just other teams on like other
I mean,
level.
you
Like,
still have to
it's
qualify, my
basically
guy.
just a group stage with more teams. Like if we took the current
never
format and
brings
added an extra team,
right, but that doesn't mean that
it doesn't
more
mean
good
higher
teams.
quality teams. You know.
Yeah, that does not. That actually lowers it because you're saturating the skill level of the teams by bringing in more teams that are not as
But basically, I think it will bring in like the top tiers of the Europa League into the Champions League. So you won't have teams like
and
Ruben
so
Kazan
far
in
they'll
there.
just come in
You
and
know,
lose. But like Ruben Kazan, they're in the playoffs in the Europa League.
you won't. You so it means we won't see young boys. We won't see young boys versus we won't see Liverpool 7, Young Boys 0 anymore. You know, like teams like that. But it's
I
like,
mean, I think we
but it
still
also
I
like
think we
one that
still would see though. We
More
would still
because
see young boys.
yeah, you
Yeah.
more because we're bringing in more of those teams
yeah,
essentially.
yeah,
If anything, what this new format means is the lower competitions, the Europa League and the Europa Conference League,
will get
essentially get
less.
worse.
Yeah, they'll
And
get worse.
thank you. You
Yeah,
said it, Marcus.
yeah.
Because if you're influxing it, it means that the talent you can't get any better than the Champions League, right? So if you're bringing in teams from lower leagues, what
Yeah,
is
because
that?
I think a team who's forever in the Europa League would definitely rather be in the Champions League, even though they're destined to finish in that
Yes,
25th and lower zone,
Unless you're
rather
absolutely.
than be in the Europa
unless
League.
you're Sevilla, that means you're not gonna win the Europa League
That's
for for like
I mean,
you
they've
know
won so
like
many under the.
West Ham fans are gonna be very disappointed because it's like yeah.
Liverpool fans too, because
I mean, they'll get
It's-
over it.
oh man, but it also gives a chance for like teams like Chelsea, which we have no chance of getting to Europe. Let's just say by a miracle we get into Europa League. That means the comp it's there for the taking.
okay.
Technically, like I mean on paper, but in reality, probably not. But Chelsea have always won the Europa League every time we win it. But that sounds like a record poach is ready to break.
Right.
Shots fired.
Me, I although I'm quite open-minded and I'm actually looking forward to see how it plays out in its first season,
Oh,
I am concerned about the number of injuries that we're probably going to see because
more
all
games.
we
Yeah,
did all we did was just add more games.
that's the biggest downside of this. More do we really need more games? No, we
Because
don't.
the players don't know
Yeah, they don't support
And the
it. They
cra-
don't support it
and the
at
crazy
all.
part is we're doing this right in a season right after we have Euros.
Yeah,
Now
it's
the
insane.
guys who are at AFCON and the Asian Cup, they did theirs, over the
Yeah,
winter kind of Christmas kind of thing, so they get to actually have the summer off.
Yeah.
Those guys in the Euros or the Copa America taking place this summer, yo,
it's gonna be tough.
They're
I
working.
really think they need to stretch out the season. They need to give more breaks. They need to give more recovery time between games if they're gonna add more games. Yeah, they especially like well,
If they do that break time, but like,
but that's like
hey man,
in
that's
Spain and Germany, they actually give them like a winter break. In the Premier League, we need to do away with things like second legs in cups, in cup knockouts. We need to space it out. Yeah, Carabao Cup replays, FA Cup replays. Like
take that just
they need to
penalty.
get rid of those like
Let's
now.
move
so
on.
okay, I kind of like that idea. I kind of like the idea of doing with replays, just settle it off
Yeah.
with a
Yeah,
penalty kick. I kind of like that.
And
yeah.
also like
I
start
kind of like that.
it's
But
either
take
you
that
start the season
away.
earlier or end it later too, or even both. You know, because you really have to space it out. Give players at least 3 days every game to recover. Because if you're gonna
The
play on
problem,
Sunday, they can't play until Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. And if they play on Thursday, they shouldn't be playing. You know, you
not
gotta give them time to recover. You know,
That's is
give
dead.
them like at
That's
least
dead.
two days, 2.5 between games, because it's people are just gonna keep
that's
getting injured.
they're
That's
not
looking
willing.
slow.
The best
Looking
thing
slow.
they could do is like we said, the replays. But they might not even do that because, like I said, they want more games for more revenue. So doing away with replays, that's taking away like almost 200 games. That's a lot of money. That's how they're seeing it. It's just
Well, if
oh
they're not
man.
gonna take away the games, at least stretch out the season a little more. You're still gonna get the same amount of games, but it gives the players more time to recover.
I'm
The
just
problem
if we
with that
stretch out the season, when do the players get time off?
exactly, and
Like
now
what? You're only gonna give them 1 month for a summer?
That's
They barely
that's
get a
that's
month as it
another
is.
thing. I don't know where they're gonna fit in all these games, man.
it's gonna clash with like how they do their TV deals
Hmm.
with the NBA and the NFL and stuff like
True,
that.
true,
There's
true.
a
Yeah.
reason why it's at a certain time. Why Champions League is not the same month as Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a reason think why
Even like
World Cup is every
even
year.
like transfer
Yeah,
windows too. It's like those dates are set in stone. You know, it's like
yeah. Those are
I don't
hard to
know
change.
where they're gonna find the space. They gotta at least increase squad sizes, or allow allow
That is
teams to
very,
spend
very
more
good.
money. Like
So this is
relax the
maybe how many
FFP.
players do you have on the bench now? Do you have like what, like 8 players on the bench or something like that?
Well, I think
Maybe they
it's
should
is it 10?
it's 10 now.
Let me
Okay.
see. I mean, you can have five
Yeah.
subs now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think increasing the squad size that would definitely help.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Definitely.
it's five subs and 9 players
9
on the
players on the
bench now.
bench.
I'll say make it like
Increase it to
12.
11
And then
at least. Let them have a whole another
11
team on the bench, and make 5
more
subs.
options.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
like
mean,
raise it from 9 to 11,
even if you
but also increase the total squad.
even
I think the
what
squad
would be
sizes are 26. Increase it to like 30, 33, because
Just so
like them
there's like
non-homegrown spots, there need to be more
3
of them.
more options.
Yeah,
That could be a
Oh,
big
okay.
yeah, just 3 more
yeah,
options could make a big difference, really.
yeah. Because you gotta worry about
Okay, these are
homegrown,
some good ideas.
non-homegrown. So they
These are
gotta
some good
Yeah.
increase
ideas.
it.
Hopefully they take some.
Yeah.
And it would actually increase the top teams, like it would actually encourage them to play more homegrown players,
Yep.
you know. At
Exactly.
least give them a chance in the squad.
Yep.
Because you're not gonna buy 3, 4 extra players just so they could be on the bench. No,
Mhm.
you're gonna
You're gonna want to
get
play them.
like your youth team. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. More games, more opportunities
This
Hey.
for young players.
might unlock more skillful little teenagers from Man City.
Yeah.
Bring them over to Chelsea.
Another some the Foden factory.
Uh,
The one
well, and on that note, that's a perfect transition to our next topic, the Manchester Derby, which took place this past Sunday. My Manchester City, as if you didn't know, to viewers, listeners, if you didn't know, Manchester is blue. And if you want to clear evidence of that, just go back and watch that. Just go look up the highlights of the game that took place on Sunday, and you will see why Manchester is blue. And specifically, Manchester is Foden-esque. Listen, you need to put some respect on that man's name. Listen, first off, this is after the performance after the master class. Listen, it was master class. He scored his first goal on the right, transitioned from the left, scored his second goal from the left. Listen, the man is too good. The man is too good. So from this day forward, we shall never hear the word phony in front of his name again. If you want to put an adjective, phenomenal, fantastic.
No.
That's what we need to be hearing.
I'm
Mm.
That's what we need to be hearing.
He has
Y'all some haters.
he
Y'all some
has 8
haters.
goals, 7 assists.
I
And
think
so 16. He's a midfielder. He's our midfielder. You know, he's doing it big.
So now he's a midfielder.
What? That's how
So
we're playing him. What do you mean?
no, I'm just waiting for the next
he was
what.
playing on the wing though.
He has 8 goals, 7 assists, bro. I'm still. He will probably never score 2 goals in one game for the next 35 games.
Oof, that's crazy.
Hey, bro, when's the last time Phil Foden scored 2 goals in one game? I'll wait.
Champions League, first leg Copenhagen.
That's laughter is so
Exactly.
disrespectful, bro.
Okay, sorry. I don't want to. I want to give him.
I'm confused. I'm confused. This is a star boy.
I want to give him credit. All right, he did. He played very well. All right,
He scored a golazo.
he showed ability. He showed what he can do. He showed why Pep Guardiola believes in him so much. Makes sense. He showed why exactly. I've been literally said Pep sees Phil Foden as his Iniesta. He scored literally that lefty goal that he scored, the outside the box. Iniesta scored that goal against us in the Champions League.
Iniesta was more
Those are the
impressive
kind of
though.
goals Iniesta scores. But Iniesta will score 2 goals every 50 games. That's Phil Foden. I'm not
Oh
making
my
this shit up.
gosh, you're
He
so
compared him to
disrespectful.
Iniesta. What more do you want? What
What do
more
You
you
do
said
you
want?
two
want?
goals. You said 2 goals every. The man's a goal scorer. The man's a goal scorer.
Now, oh,
Oh my gosh.
Look.
Oh
no,
my
I would like
gosh.
to give Coden
no.
some. I said Foden some credit. um, he scored. He scored.
16 goals, 10
He
assists in all
scored some
Let's
competitions.
great
You're
ask
saying
him.
he's not a
goals,
goal scorer.
but it's like
Let's ask him.
the Manchester Derby. It's like the Merseyside Derby at this point. It's getting that disrespectful.
Oh wow.
Where it's like it doesn't matter what Manchester United do, they're gonna lose. It's just like Rashford scored one and then he went on vacation. He was on the pitch, but was thinking about Cancun, and it's like that
Yeah, you're
machine
right.
is just too strong in Manchester. I think it's like for Manchester United fans, it's tough. It's tough right now to be a Manchester United
Yeah.
fan. You know,
So we know all about the city side of
yeah.
things. Let's stick on Manchester. Let's stick on Manchester. Where do they go from here? Like, and specifically, Marcus Rashford. To your point, is it finally time to move on from Marcus Rashford?
No.
No way. They need to move on from their coach, Ten
Understand.
Hag.
Wow, really, really,
Yeah, they need to move on
really.
from
Wait,
their
wait.
coach.
I haven't.
Hold on. Hold on. No. Hold on. Before you go, I just want to tell you guys that last season's Marcus Rashford was an outlier. If you go look at it, his stats, the season that we're seeing now is more like the Rashford that Man U has seen for the entirety of his time at Man U.
Okay, great. Move on to what? To who? To
I
who? To
mean,
what?
hey, go get a youngin.
To me?
Go get a young. What do you mean? You can go see if you can go to see if you can go to Napoli and snap up
There
Kvaratskhelia from them.
is
Come on
no
now.
upside to Manchester United getting rid of Rashford. There's nobody they can bring in like right now. Then he needs a coach that can motivate and bring the best out of him.
If you
Bro,
get
you get Cav.
And also,
if
if
you
You
get Kvaratskhelia, you want him to play with Rashford. You
you
want to pair them
Nah,
up.
And
bro.
if
Nah,
there's
nah, 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 nah,
anybody,
nah,
if
nah,
there's
nah.
anybody you're gonna
I
get
believe
rid,
in
look,
Hoyland.
look. If there's
I believe in
anybody you
Hoyland.
want to get rid
I
of
believe in
on
Hoyland.
that team, it's not
No,
Rashford. It's Anthony. You still have Sancho on the books. You still have Amrabat. Mason Mount has been
No, Anthony's gone.
missing.
Anthony's gone too. Don't worry
He's
about
not
that.
gone yet. But it's like there's way more pressing issues
no,
He's
so,
he's
than
gone. He's gone
shipping
for a bag of chips
Rashford.
this summer.
Yeah.
Gone for a bag of chips this summer.
no. Christian Eriksen, who should be at home taking care of his
They they
kids and
they they
farming.
need they need a Chelsea style clear out, especially with the INEOS purchase. They need a Chelsea style clear out, but not getting rid of their experienced players. They need to cut the dead wood. and basically they need the
But I
entire
Marcus
do,
Rashford is
squad
part of that
rebuild.
deadwood
And
for me.
he's not, bro.
I
Nah,
do
He's
disagree
not.
with you on Eric Ten Hag though, because
Rashford's part of that, clear out for me, bro.
because
PSG's been sniffing around him. Go get your money. Go get your coin. See if you can go get Gvardiol. Yo, Pedro Neto. Wolves expected him to leave. Anthony is gone. Yo, you see, you got Gvardiol. You got Hoyland. You got Pedro Neto.
work.
They still have
That's a good
Martial on
something.
the squad. They have Martial, Anthony,
It's not fantasy
McTominay,
league.
No, I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not.
Casemiro,
I understand that.
Ericsson.
All I'm saying is
Let's go get Kvaratskhelia. Let's go
no.
get.
Listen, no. I understand that. I understand it's not fantasy. I understand it's not fantasy.
What has Neto proven? Never had a 10-goal season. What is
See.
MVP?
You have seen he's been playing. You've seen what he's done this season.
Marcus
If you're
Rashford
if you're waiting for
way more than Neto. Way more than Neto.
no, he
So
hasn't. Stop it.
might as well just keep
What is Marcus? What is Rashford
Rashford
proven?
is Premier League
What
proven.
is Rashford proven that Neto has?
this
He's
season.
Premier League. He's Premier League proven. We've seen the guy ball.
What did Neto
Rashford.
do the last 3?
Look, Marcus. Players
I mean,
don't just turn into
Neto.
trash,
You're
man.
not going to Rashford. Like, come on, bro. Neto, really?
I think y'all. I think
No,
you're underestimating how good of a player Pedro Neto is, and
no, I'm not. No.
I
You're
think
wrong.
you're being too light-handed on Marcus Rashford.
I'm not
I don't
underestimating.
see why he has what he's done to have such
There's
He's
strong
been
look.
belief
more
from you guys.
productive than Pedro Neto. He's been more
No,
productive,
he.
way more productive than Pedro Neto.
Jesus
Are
Christ.
you kidding me? Like, what are we saying?
Rashford is a proven
Like, are we watching him
quantity.
play and dribble around people, or do we watch the goals he scores? I'm confused here. Like, you're getting rid of a goal scorer to bring in playmakers to play with a 19-year-old striker who wasn't really a proven goal scorer. Make it make sense, Marcus.
Listen,
And
man.
Marcus Rashford has
All
your
I know is, all I know is,
yourself.
all I know is, Hoyland's in the team. That's when Man U scores. Hoyland
He's
is not in the team. Man U, they're starving for goals.
wasn't there last year and they finished second. Or whatever.
They're sixth right
Did they finish
now.
second last
They're
year?
sixth right now, and Hoyland didn't score a Premier League goal to like when January,
For a long
February.
time. You
And
were looking, oh,
once he started clicking, they started winning.
so now he's Erling Haaland. So I
Well,
should call him Erling
we're not
Haaland.
going that far. I
I
ain't
Oh,
going
don't
that
know
far,
why
bro. I
you're
ain't going
in
that
such a
far, bro.
rush to get rid of Rashford. He's English.
I don't
He's
understand.
homegrown. That's valuable enough in that squad. He's entering his prime. He's 26. Like I don't see
And
why you get rid of him. Like especially like I
he's
think there's way other players that you should focus on. And Man United don't need the
and
money.
as this season has been, he's still one of their most productive players.
This
It's just
season,
like the way I was. He's still one of their most productive
He has
players.
6
this
goals and
season.
2 assists in the league. I don't think anybody else
Yeah,
on the squad, apart from probably Bruno, has more goals than him.
maybe
Us,
Portland
us.
has 5 goals, right? That's
Haaland
it.
has
Like,
7 and
so
2 in the league.
there you go, 7 goals. All right, you're gonna trust Hoyland to carry everything.
He's
Get rid of 6 goals and 4 assists. Come on, bro. You need help. You don't win anything by yourself. And bringing in Kvaratskhelia and Pedro Neto is not going to solve everything. If you get rid
even
of
Bruno
Rashford,
Fernandes
you'll be
only
back
has 3 goals and 6 assists in the league.
three
There's a
goals.
insane down season for him. I don't hear you say get rid of Bruno,
You should be looking at him big time.
I mean, he's on the
and
list
he
too. To be
started every
honest,
single
he's on the
match.
list too. He's on the list too.
They're not getting rid of their captain. Come on,
Every
bro.
He's on the
he's
list.
their
Man,
captain too.
They're not getting
listen,
rid
I'm
of their
telling you,
captain. I'm saying
Sir Jim
as
Radcliffe,
far as
Sir Jim
building
Radcliffe,
goes, if Sir Jim Ratcliffe is serious, he will get rid of Ten Hag and cut out
Sir
whatever
Jim
players the new
Ratcliffe came in
managers
with the
want to.
broom. He came in with the broom. He's just waiting for the opportune time to bust it out. And
Have
when he gets to sweeping,
Rashford is not going
have
to be
actually
on that list. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is also English. He's not getting rid of their best English attacker. It's not going to happen. Get it out of your head. It's not going to happen
I've
unless PSG come in with a crazy offer.
actually done extensive research on this Man U team throughout the season, and I don't think it's Ten Hag's fault because if you look at I was looking at their what their records have been with their new managers. Ten Hag has the best like winning percentage from their managers like since Sir Alex Ferguson. He statistically and record wise actually and wins everything. He's the best manager they've had since Sir Alex Ferguson. Go and look it up. I'm not lying. Look up his record, where they finished, the trophies he's won. He's won trophies. So it's not like he's just come in and it's just been a disaster. Like, yeah, they're not winning the title. They're not competing for much, but they haven't been as bad as they've been with their previous managers. Even Solskjaer was their like best record coach since Alex Ferguson until Ten Hag. So I'm just like, you can't get rid of Ten Hag at this point. You can't. You have to support him at the end of the day. You got to support somebody.
Statistically, he's their best manager ever. He has the highest win rate.
Yeah.
I mean,
win percentage.
I mean, to be honest, to be honest,
win.
To be honest, it's looking slow.
Is to win.
He can't take them to the next level.
Does the most.
Bro, they're thinking about.
All the
they're
other
thinking.
managers that have
We're seeing
over,
reports
like,
come out earlier today that
games.
they were thinking of Thomas Frank.
That would be a mistake.
They were thinking of Thomas Frank.
That would be a mistake
To replace him.
No, it has to be. It has to be a manager who's better than Ten Hag.
Yeah.
Brentford?
Yeah.
From Brentford?
That would be a mistake.
Brentford, Thomas Frank? Yeah, don't do it. Don't.
The short list was Thomas Frank. The short list was Thomas Frank, Roberto De Zerbi, and Gareth Southgate. That was the short list.
Gareth Southgate.
Do you know what the thing is?
Why?
Because Brentford beat them 4-1 like last season in Old Trafford at Old Trafford. They still have that game stuck in their head. They can't get rid of it. It makes sense that they said Thomas Frank. That's so bad.
Last question, right? While we're on that note, last question, and then I think that's it for this episode. Ten Hag. Looking at the Manchester Derby on Sunday, and looking at what Manchester United has coming up for them, which honestly, it really it's not bad. It's not bad. They have Everton, Liverpool, Brentford, Chelsea, then Liverpool again. Jeez.
They better not lose to Thomas Frank.
So they do play Liverpool twice in upcoming. So, but outside of that,
Liverpool
running is not going to be bad. Running is not going to be bad. So, with that being the case, do you think Ten Hag keeps his job coming into summer, or is it a done deal? He's done at the end of the summer.
I think they have to finish top 4 for Ten Hag to keep his job though this time.
Really?
But I think actually I don't think they will. So I guess not.
I think honestly, I think even if they finish top 4, Ten Hag's a dead man walking.
Dang.
Yeah, he's a dead man walking. Dead man walking. Shags?
Wait, even though he's had the best.
Yeah, bro. Dead man walking. Dead man walking. Dead man walking. Shags, final word.
I mean, we have that episode where we're saying who would last longer, and it was Sancho and Ten Hag, and I remember predicting he would be out by January, so I'm surprised he's made it this far.
We all said
yeah. So they're 6th right now.
That's true. You are right.
And I think, like, now that Zach brings up his record of wins, I think that's a deceiving stat because he hasn't played as much games as all the other guys. But I think if they really want to like ring in this new era, they need a coach that they can trust.
He's won more titles. He's already won more titles.
The League Cup. That's it. I mean, it's something since 22. Well, I mean, Mourinho won a bunch of stuff more, but none of the other guys won anything. I believe.
That's to say Mourinho.
Yeah, I mean, compared to
Come on.
those guys, I didn't know who you meant by Mourinho was the only one that won, but apart from him,
I'm talking about Van. I'm
he,
talking about the West Ham coach. I'm
Moyes,
talking
yeah,
about the
David
those
coach.
guys
Moyes.
didn't win
David
anything.
Moyes.
But it's like,
Moyes.
what did Ten Hag win?
Yeah,
He won a League Cup. So I think Man United. I think the
yeah.
problem with Man United is that they aspire to more. They've tried a long route. They've given them time. They expected more. They've invested badly, but they have invested.
They don't have the players.
And yeah,
Yep.
they invested badly. They've always been signing these old washed up guys. I think it's time for a fresh start in the
Yep.
summer for them, especially if he doesn't finish top four, because and top four is looking very slow for them right now. We got Aston Villa on 55.
Nah, it's not
We
happening.
got Spurs
It's
on
not happening.
50, and then you got Man United on
Is
44.
everybody ready to give me my flowers? They already gave me my flowers. I said they would finish seventh at the beginning of this
I'm pretty sure I
first.
predicted Europa
This
League
is
I
for
don't
them
even
as
think.
well.
I
So
don't even think they're gonna finish. I don't even think they're gonna finish seventh.
oof. Okay. What do you think they'll finish?
I think they'll finish eighth. To be honest
damn.
with you.
But didn't you have them finishing top
So
four?
basically, one position below.
Yeah. I don't think that. Bro, finishing seventh means they finish in it.
Finishing seventh.
Zach, finishing seventh means they finish in a place for Europe. I don't think they qualify for Europe.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. That's very true. That's very true. Fair enough. But I also didn't have Spurs finishing top four, so they still might not.
Nah. I believe. They got that. They got
Actually,
that.
Villa.
Son is back. Son is back.
Oh, okay, okay.
Son and Madison is back. You know, they're starting to get the groove. Yo, Brennan Johnson, that man looks that man looks quite he's starting to get into some form. He looks like he's looking I'm telling you, when they start getting into form and Timo, he's still
Well, team,
Timo. He's still Timo, but he got his goal. So,
Yeah,
he's still there.
it's looking really slow
Marcus.
when I
Nobody,
look at their fixtures.
except for Pep Guardiola, because apparently he can't beat Spurs. But nobody's afraid of Spurs.
Well, the top teams aren't, but other teams should, because what's
Yeah,
his name?
we put it into the house. We put our feet
Postecoglou
on the.
has them looking really good.
We shower in their bathroom. We had their wife make us a sandwich.
That's
Like,
crazy. Wait, hold on. Let's go back. Let's go back to Man U real quick, because y'all made it seem like me saying they finished eight was crazy. They have Newcastle and West Ham
Oh,
right below them.
I was just
Yo,
I was trying to
oh
say that their running is really tough, and they're about to get knocked out of the FA Cup by Liverpool.
yeah, yo,
there goes my Newcastle for
Damn,
Champions take.
that's
Oh,
it.
Eddie Howe, man. I hope they fight
That
me
was the hottest
quick.
take.
My goodness.
That take was so hot. Did you also say Atletico could win the Champions League? Shit.
you
Wasn't
know
that
what,
your
bro?
pick?
And with that, if you've listened with us for this long, we appreciate you. We've reached to the end of yet another episode. As always, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I am not just starting this tagline just so I don't have to answer that question, because guys, now we really reached the end. We appreciate you. Share it with your friends, your family, all that good stuff. And as always, we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
It